Alright, good evening heroes and heroines, and welcome to a new week of practicing programming in C, in which we're going to finish off the project generation stuff. So last week we managed to get the thing actually generating an entire project's worth of pages, including like a table of contents type of page. So the way you do that is you run the program like this. You don't actually need this F, I don't think. You shouldn't need this F anymore. So that's to force integration. Basically the idea of this is that it looks into this project directory. So this directory here, git HMN annotation pushes, contains all of the annotation files for Risky Business. The idea is that it's going to loop over all of those files and output basically a website, kind of, for Risky Business at the test directory. So if I just first of all remove the Risky Business index and then run this, it should generate our thing. And it does no output because there's no errors or anything. I suppose we'll just have to trust that that worked. I mean, I could show probably the test directory. So it produced this. Would that show the date actually? 4th. Yeah, so yeah, you can see that date is just like right now, basically. So this file was generated just then. So this does work. But what I would like to do is a couple of things. Happy Car Max stream. Is it? What's the title again? Under 27? Oh yeah. Jesus, Faras. As long as the car is signed, isn't it? Right. So yeah, basically part of that work was introducing the notion of a template, really. I mean, we had the notion of a template, but template metadata. And I wanted to use the memory arena for the template metadata, but I couldn't because it's a different type from the usual Declaim Buffer stuff. Like, I couldn't just call Declaim Buffer for it. I would need to do something like a Declaim template or something. But I would also need to change the actual memory arena itself. So the memory arena is just a buffer, just a normal buffer. And a buffer is one of these people. It's this thing here. So it's a car start location, pointer into that location, and then ID and a size. And I was playing around with this yesterday to see how it would kind of work. And I think I figured it out, so it should be pretty straightforward. Basically, the goal here is just to make a general purpose memory arena that I can allocate out of. Not allocate, but I can claim portions of for stuff like buffers and template metadata. So to that end, I'm going to start off Let's see if I can remember how it actually goes. Pretty sure that's what you need. You just make it a void location and the void pointer. And then when you do the claim buffer, you need to cast when you set the location to be the pointer of the arena, you need to cast it to a car star. I believe that's the only difference. I suppose I could also like move the where's the template structure? Yeah, right. Have I just not spelt this right or something? Or have I put it in a weird place? Because here we go. We've got a template here, but where is this defined? Right, template. Why could I not find that though? I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. So let's so that's the line above. Let's just move all of these people just below the buffers, I reckon. Just so they're kind of all in the same kind of place. Now I believe I need to make the template a particular size. So I'm just going to straight up say that the file name has to be 64 characters long. Let's put that first as well. I feel like that's a reasonable thing to do. Interestingly, I've got tag count here as well. So I just thinking before I started the stream that I would need to check that I don't go over the maximum tag count, because we're only allowing 16 of them. So I probably need to make validate templates, check that we're below the tag count. But let's continue. Double check the copy string does put the end of the, well, it's a VS printf, isn't it? So it will do the null terminator. I could do copy string no format technically, I guess. Well, then maybe it doesn't matter. No, let's stick with that. And if something crops up, then I'll have to sort it out. So yes, right. So let's first of all get the normal buffer allocating from the arena. Right, so let's make this person. Oops. an arena. See what happens. Declaim Buffer. I'm going to take an arena like that. Okay, so just wherever we see this. Okay, Declaim Buffer. Okay, so that's converted over, and also interestingly, copy buffer. Claim Buffer hasn't complained about me not casting to a car star. Well, it still seems to work, so PWM. It is nice to see these people in the right order now as well, by the way. I suppose just for safe, like, keeping, let us just make it, cast it. Because an arena, the point is a void, isn't it, as well? Technofan Arena, really? Yeah, it is a void star. Okay. I like how log usage is just dumped here between claim buffer and declaim buffer. I mean, could pop it above the claiming and declaiming functions, or below. Oh no, it'd have to be below, would it? What does this need? It doesn't need to claim. It just needs to copy string. It needs a buffer. Yeah, I think I could just put this above the claiming people. Oh, put it up. Oh, what's this now? Make directory. Pop it there. Okay, so there's a free buffer, that operates on actual memory, which is not the same as claiming and declaiming. Or rather, this operates, when I say actual memory, I mean like the memory that the operating system gives you, whereas this is the memory that we have already got from the operating system and that we are doling out. So there's our Declaim Buffer. Let us make a new function called claim template, which is going to take the memory arena, probably a pointer to actually. It's going to take a template pointer to that as well. And an ID. Might like to make this return something actually. But let's just continue before we go down that rat hole. Basically, we just want to say that the template file name, right, is going to be at the memory arena pointer, and I want to copy string and then we want to do memory arena pointer plus equals the size of a template, right? Oh, actually, no, it's not that, is it? Dereferencing. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, wait. Right, here is where we need to say this is going to become a car star, I think, isn't it? Was it just a car, maybe? Because basically what I'm thinking here is I need to set the start of the file name to be at that location, because the file name is the first thing in the structure. File name is an array of cars, so that is going to be the first thing in that array. Oh, file name undeclared. Oh right, that's the next error. Integer from pointer without a cast. What was the other error? Dereferencing void star pointer. Okay. Yeah, which isn't necessarily what I want to do. So a quick gander at this, how I figured this out yesterday. Oops. So that was how I said to do that. Memory arena pointer. Yes, I'm trying to do the same thing, aren't I? We have passed the arena. It takes an arena. Memory arena. Template. A pointer to the template. And it's just the ID, isn't it? Yeah. So there's the car, memory arena, pointer. File name is 32. Oh, did I make that a different size? Is that what the problem is? Yeah, interesting. Oh. Okay, so it wasn't that. So we have templates. Void location, void pointer, car ID, and the size. And it is taken an arena. Custom pointer to integer of different size. How do I call this function? Do you fill out a template with stuff first, then claim? No, I don't. I wasn't going to, no. But can you do that? Can you fill out the template and then claim? That'd be interesting. I mean, the way I was going to call it would be right, here's main. What I would do is I would get myself a template structure. And then instead of doing this call here, I would replace this with like claim templates, which I'd pass to it the memory arena, the player templates, isn't it? 'Cause that's what that is. Player template metadata, and probably also like this, honestly. And then probably like this. Well, maybe that. That's how I was thinking of calling it. You want the memory for the template to be from the arena. I do, yeah. So we've got this arena here. We've got the arena. Memory point is equal to the memory location. So you have got the memory for the arena here. Claim template should take a template star star and set template to template memory pointer. It should take a template star star. Ah, I see. Right, interesting. Yeah, because that is technically what I really want, isn't it? So you could be called like template blah, claim template, arena blah, etc. Interesting. Now what are they complaining about? So we've got the template in. The template has come in as a pointer to a template. You could alternatively return a template star instead of taking a template star arc. So I was kind of thinking of making it return an error code on success or failure. So I think I'd go with the star star, I think. So we've been handed a star star, so we need to dereference this, don't we? So like we made the start of the template be at the start of the memory arena pointer. You need brackets or a temporary variable. Brackets or a temporary variable. Blimey. So we've got a pointer to a pointer to a template. Oh, hold on a minute. The thing is, like, copy string. That is correct. Give me a chance to figure the rest out. Because the thing is, we're at this point, we are sort of one layer higher than the buffer is, for example. The value at the buffer location, right? Yeah. So the value at the value. I mean, I'm not exactly sure if this is correct. So I haven't seen this syntax before. We really need to dereference the. Oh, hang on a minute. Could it be this? I wonder. No. Request for member file name is something not a structure or union. Just double check actually what. Pretty sure it is called file name. Yeah. Oh, there's no pointer in the template, is there? I mean, unless it's something like this, maybe. No. So copy string takes just 2 strings. Oh. Ah. It needs to be one of those people. No, it's surely not like that. No. It's not new syntax, just combinatorics. Okay. Jesus. I do feel like there should be one of these at least. Combination of views and stuff. It's okay. Yeah, I do feel like we need to be dereferencing because we've got the pointer to the template. So we dereference the template and then get the file name from that dereferenced thing. No. Oh, hold on. That is a pointer. Well, no, it wouldn't be that, I don't think. That would be super unusual. Maybe this? No. Yeah, like that doesn't look right. Unless it's like this. Maybe I've tried that actually. Yeah, right, so it can't be that. This feels like if I, like, supposing that I understand how you pass stuff around, this feels like something that I should be able to figure out. So it would be called like template blah. And then you would pass it by address. So this thing has the address. This thing will then say that the pointer at the start of the template, which is at the start of the address, is this. So if I read that correctly, that means that the entire template will be made into this, casted to a template. So for example, template 0 would be our current template, but if we were to do template 1, which I don't think you could do, but if I was to do that, it would be like a template's worth further on. Oh, hang on a minute. Ah, interesting. So if it's that, then interesting. Hence 1, you only need brackets due to operator precedence. 2, that only works. The only works on pointer to structure types, not pointer to structure or other stuff. 3, think about the types of stuff changes. How the types of stuff change when used with this, when used with the star or the ampersand. Okay. Yeah, so you would need to dereference in order to get this to work. If you have a pointer to pointer structure, you need to dereference that pointer to pointer. So you need to get like, I mean, I must be misunderstanding how that is, because, like, I think I tried this, didn't I? Yeah, so that isn't the correct way to do that. Think about the types, how the types of stuff changes when used with that or that. Yeah. So this is kind of like an array of them. Oh, hang on a minute. The ampersand is only the address, isn't it? You'd be trying to use that on a template star star star, right? Interesting. I suppose what's also troubling me is, like, I got this person over here working yesterday. Boys are cray. Yeah, dude. I suppose I did this differently, didn't I? Yeah, I mean, I tried to do this. Although this wasn't, strictly speaking, correct, was it? It is better to cast it to an actual template. Cast the whole lot to a template. So that then... I mean, this kind of makes this line mirror. The previous one may have worked by look. Ah, right. Okay. Alright, so let's ditch the old thing, I think, because that's all I needed that for. Let's just go up and get see what the Declaim Buffer also does. Okay. So let's make this happen first. So this one is need more bytes. So it does this stuff. Okay. Declaim template. And the Declaim Buffer does a lot of stuff. Oh, it's quite a lot of... Oh, it's logging the usage, isn't it? So we don't need to bother doing that. All we need to do is say, what does this do actually? Buffer location is equal to that. Yeah, I feel like we just need to move the pointer back. The memory arena's pointer. Is that it? That might be it actually, because all the rest of it is just logging the stuff. Yeah, maybe that is just it. Surely I should have to do something with the actual template though, shouldn't I? I mean, the reason this needs to take that is that it needs to know the size of this particular buffer. But the declaiming of a template... A template is the same size anyway. So it's kind of like the declaim template just needs to sort of... It doesn't matter. Like, you don't need to pass it a template. But maybe we should do anyway, just for the fun of it. I guess just for reasons of symmetry, I guess. In return success, it can only succeed. I suppose technically we should actually make declaim template check that we haven't check that we haven't got too many declaims and that we're not underflowing the thing, the arena. But maybe let's think of that when we get to the error checking part of the stream. So yeah, so we've got a claim template, we've got a declaim template. So that means when we come to here, right, we should be able to do this, shouldn't we? Yeah, so the template is being made like this. I pointer to it. Then you pass the pointer to it by address. Let's see if that builds. Yeah, that is the right sense. And then we've got the free template. So we remove the index, and then we call our program. Let's call it with debug on actually as well. Claim template. Did I just... What is this saying? Oh, it's a size of template, right? As opposed to the integer size that we'd passed in. Declaim template doesn't output anything. Yeah, so it should actually do this, shouldn't it? It shouldn't bother with the percentage used. Ah, here's where the template stuff is actually being used. So yeah, we only need to pass those bits of information, I believe. Hang on a minute, file name. It shouldn't be the file name, it should be the ID. Doesn't it? Oh, right, we set the file name to be equal to that. Oh, I see. Okay. Ah, that's a point actually. So if I then call claim template actually, it can't be that. This has to be from the config, doesn't it? This doesn't need to happen because that's happening in the claim template. Let's just try this one more time. Declaim master index includes indexed script player. Menus includes player. Metadata, wasn't it? Well, hang on. Where's the call? Oh, right, yeah, this is for... all the files. Just also remove the index just to be sure they're actually doing anything. So I'm not seeing any mention of metadata here. That's a bit odd, isn't it? So Declaim memory is still that much after having processed one set of annotations. What does it end up as? It does end up as 0. Oh. Okay. Because these people need to be passed around, I guess. Do I call claim? Pretty sure I do call it, don't I? Yeah. I do call claim templates. Let's just give ourselves a bit more noticeable stuff. Okay, so we're not doing this. Oh. Oh, I know why. Yeah, we need to force integration. Jesus Christ. This thing again. Not force integration, but you need to make it integrate. There we go. So it did claim for the template player. And it declaimed that metadata. Yeah, right. Okay. Blimey, all these balls that you're just going to keep in the air. So client table limited, yeah, right, okay, so that does seem to be working okay, I reckon. So finally, we can actually make the other guy do that as well. So we're no longer callocating that. And then likewise, just do a Declaim template. The templates themselves, though, are still being mallocked. Which, as I've said before, I think I'm fine with them doing. Because we don't know how big they are. And at the moment we don't dynamically grow our arena. There we go, so we claim for that. Yeah, that seems fine. Might be nice just if there was 56 more characters there, just to make it a nice round number. Like, would that be such a big deal? There we go. That's probably reasonable. So yeah, I believe we're now in a situation where we can claim we've got like a general purpose arena from which we can claim memory for whatever we want, sort of. Let's just see what other mallocks we've got. The quote staging, yeah, so we don't know how big the quote staging could get. Like that could get big. Ah, topic buffer. May this not just claim buffer if I can figure out how. This is for the topics file. Yeah, I suppose again, we don't really know how big the topics file could get, because it's pretty unbounded. Put the errors in the memory unit. Yeah, this. So we're already saying that the errors is 1k, aren't we? So let's just do that. Oh, right, so validator template isn't taking the memory arena. let me just see something here. Oh, this guy won't have the memory arena. Yeah, I was going to say, like, make that global. And then I wouldn't need to explicitly pass it to everyone. Yeah, let's just do this. Make it take a buffer errors. Right. I suppose technically it could just put the point about there. So the first thing we should claim is the errors buffer of 1K. And then validate templates just needs to take that buffer. It's kind of interesting though that the buffers, you make the buffers just like, oh hang on, that's a buffer, but yeah, you make the buffer without passing it, like you don't do it as an address to it. Sorry, you don't do it as a pointer to it. You do it straight up as that. Whereas with the template, you do it with the pointer to it. I guess it's because the claim template needs to be able to figure out the size of the template. Well, yeah, it needs to it needs to cast it to the entire template, I guess. There we go. So first we'll clear the errors. And finally we declaim it. We're back to 0 claim memory. It's always nice to see that claim memory down to 0. Okay, so that was invalidate template. that's where we were up to in having a look at the malloc situation. Put the arrows in memory, and we've done that. And it's going to be some of these return codes that we'll be dealing with in part 2. So this is allocating for the template size. Yeah, so I already said that we can't guarantee the size of the template. And because we can't guarantee the size of the template, we can't guarantee the size of the output. There should also be no instances of like the master being used 0 anymore, whereas there were before, because I was previously kind of getting a whole buffer for the master, setting its size, and then I was setting the output size here to the size of the master without writing into the master. You know, I was only then using the output. And because I'm integrating, there isn't going to be any master in here at all, is there? Yeah, it's just going to be output. Well, no, it isn't, because we're not claiming it, but allocating it. Yeah, which is a bit unfortunate, because we kind of lost how much we're actually using. I suppose the collation buffers show us something. Well, hang on, what's in there? Yeah, so the collation is the index include the script, the player. Oh, hang on. Why are all these not used at all? Doesn't that seem a bit unusual? Oh, did it just not write anything into them? No. Yeah, they're all saying it's not nothing is used. Declaimed. The references menu is saying it's used something. It's probably going to be one of those situations where I just rewind. I rewind the pointers. I suppose index isn't a good example. What? Where is this? Isn't it? Hang on. Buffers. There we go. What are these things here? I'm going to make a new function, which is like rewind buffer. Right. All it does is says okay. It just does that. But if we're in debug, it first of all prints out how much it's used. Oops. Yeah. So this is going to be an LD. Or is it an LU? It's going to be something. That out of a size. And then this is going to be a percentage. Right. So this is going to be the ID. Okay, so here I'll do pretty sure that's what I do. Yeah, it's already been passed like that, isn't it? Jesus Christ, it's this similar thing again, isn't it? All it needs to take is a buffer. It needs to take a pointer to the buffer because it needs to move some of the stuff within it. Hmm. Oh, it was something else, wasn't it? I think it was includes player. Yeah, that's what it was. Right. All right. Whew. Blimey. Jesus Christ. So we can change all this to be rewind buffer, appoint the thingamajig to it, and then actually, yeah, we needed, damn it, we needed the collation buffer as part of it as well. Right. All right. Thank goodness for that. So rewind buffer. So all that does is set the point back to the starting location. Oh, interesting. So when you used to declaim, just an old printf. That's interesting. So let's just make it do that. So that it actually sends the stuff into our file. Declaim menus. Okay, but we should previously have had there's a buffer collation here. Which is kind of interesting. There's another one of those. Yeah, okay. So rewinding all these people. It needs that much. How does Declaim look? Yeah, it's got like double new line there. A bit bothersome that there's a couple of buffer collations here with nothing in between them. Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. So that now seems okay. That was the only thing I was doing there was making the rewind thing, wasn't it? So we can actually see. So we've got more useful information as to what's being used. Yeah, so we do the collation, and then we rewind our collation buffers. So risky 46 is probably the final one. And then we do a buffer collation here. It's interesting though that after having done the buffer collation... Oh, hold on a second. What happens at the end of this person? Declaim memory and master. Template pointer is equal to template location. What is template? It is a buffer. I'm not sure that we care about this though, because the template isn't in our arena. So there's nothing to do with setting the pointer back to the start of the location there, as far as I could see. So let's go on to the refresh index. Ah, right. Well, again, the index to be malloc, isn't it? Hmm. Yeah, buffer collation, we've already done that, haven't we? So buffer collation happens. So basically, just to describe what I'm actually trying to do here, I'm just trying to see where these people are getting reset, basically. Because this, when it's saying, particularly like the includes, so the includes player, buffer collate, so yeah, so let's say after having, so this is collating into the player, so at least the player should have some information in there, but it's claiming that the player is not used at all. Like, we're copying stuff out of the collation buffers player there. Declaim the master, which is fine, isn't it? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh no, that doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, because this is the other case. This is the case when it's not integrating. So it would have a master buffer. And it's claimed this master buffer size 512k. So yeah, like in our situation here, we will have copied out this buffer, the collation buffer's pointer. Collation buffer's player. Copy that out into outputs. Depart comment. Depart comment. What the hell does? Oh yeah, right. Just skip to the end of the comment, and then write out the rest of the file. Right. So yeah, after having done all of that, buffers HTML. Yeah, after having done that, and this person outputted buffer collation. Where do these people get declaimed? Or what happens to them before they get declaimed? Like, this would have been called by refresh. Well, it would have been called by refresh project. HTML to buffers would have been called by that. Just double check, it was buffers HTML, wasn't it? Yeah, that does the buffer collation. So it would have been one of these calls. We're working on the player page here. The player page will be this call here. So we've done the index page, and then we've done the player page. So it would have just done that, gone through that file, and that file didn't declaim, sorry, that function didn't declaim the buffers. The person who did declaim it is HMML to buffers, but that shouldn't get called. Ah, hang on, does it get called actually? Does this get called, I wonder? We could see, couldn't we? So if my theory is correct, we should see, well, I mean, we're just trying to figure out exactly what's going on here, aren't we? So let's just run it and see what happens. So HML to buffers. So that gets called there. And then it, oh yeah, of course, yeah, we see the rewinds. Yeah. So that's where that gets called. So yeah, it doesn't get called again, does it? We've hit the bottom. So that's where the rewinding happens. Then we go through the whole file. Go through the whole file, and then we collate that into the index.html. Buffers to HTML. Collate into there. So the only thing that this guy prints out is this. Collection buffers, what have we got? That might not be correct at all. So at the start of collation, the pointer is there, and then at the end of collation, oh, we need to return. We return there, do we? So it's possibly not returning out. So yeah, it is still at 213. So this function doesn't move the thing. Right. So buffers to HTML doesn't touch it. But sometime between this function happening and the declaiming, they get reset somehow. What was this function again? Buffers to HTML. What functions is this actually? This is refresh project. It just seems super unusual. Or does it? Ah, hang on a minute. These guys all happen to be collation buffers, don't they? Maybe that's something to do with it. Have I still got that print? Yeah. No, so that is 0 there. So yeah, at some point before here, that just gets moved to the start. I guess what I could do is step in and just display that collation buffer's index, maybe. I'm just really interested to see how this ends up as 0. So it's H1 lots of buffers that use it. Wait a second. Collation buffer's index pointer. That's index pointer again. Right. Okay. Rewinding index. There we go. Getting used to that much. But I don't think that's actually useful to us. Yeah, I don't think we need to necessarily care about that. Declaim index, yeah. Guess it wouldn't hurt to do that. I mean, maybe this doesn't really matter. I don't really need to bothering too much about it. Oh, hang on a minute. Well, yeah, actually, no, I mean, some of the declaims actually do work, don't they? Like, they do... Yeah, they do give you the right... Well, like a sane kind of readout. But it just seems that consistently for the collation buffers, they just don't. Just in this situation again, of a collation. So the collation happens. Declaim that, and then we declaim the person. By the way, I think this is also unnecessary. I think we can just say, if it's valid at all, then we integrate with it. Like, we don't care what type of thing it is. I think that's the only check that we actually need to perform. Oops. Oh. This is the only check we need to perform. Just double check that is the case. Yeah. Output pointer. So again, the output is mallocked. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it to bed for now. Because it is working. Ah, invalid template. Okay. So, I guess we did need that check. Didn't we? Is that true? Yeah, so squash that. Oh, right. Yeah. It was the wrong test, wasn't it? It shouldn't be that. It should be this. Yeah. Yes, that seems to be fine. Declaim menus. Declaim. Oops. Ah, hang on a minute. It's the copy buffer call, isn't it? That's what it'll be. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, because copy buffer is incrementing the pointer. So where is the... what is it? Buffers to HTML, isn't it? So there's the buffer collation. So let's just say for the sake of arguments that here we just printf the that thing there. Okay, so that doesn't move it, or rather, it doesn't reset it. Oh, we return success, don't we? So those close pointers. Yeah. So what have we done so far? Oh, we've got the memory arena to be generic, so you can like. I basically made the memory arena be a void star thing, so that you can like claim whatever kind of struct you want from it, as long as you cast to the struct that you want it to be. And then now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to nail down why these people are getting reset. And I've just established that copy to buffer isn't resetting the pointer. Um, oops. I suppose actually it would be handy if it just printf straight to the thing, to save me having to hunt for it. So there's a lot of afters, there's no befores for some reason. What is this exactly? So this is only here. Shouldn't there have been... Shouldn't there have been at least one before? Because this isn't in an if, is it? I mean, I suppose we could say this. Did I actually write the correct thing? Yes, so it does say before. Before buffers to HTML. Oh. Yes. Make them both actually output to the thing. There we go. Okay, so that isn't changing the thing. So then the question is, what about here? So there it's still the same value. So refresh project. So then it's like, okay. So somehow refresh project at some point oh, interesting. Wow. I think this person needs to be able to affect the collation buffers. I think that's what's going on. Let's see if this is true. Would this be correct? No. So you have to refresh project to get that, and then what does the old file say? There we go. Now they're saying values. Alright. Wow. I think that was a useful exercise though. So the only thing there was that we needed to make refresh project, take the collation buffers in, take it by address so that it could actually manipulate it. Because although refresh project itself wasn't moving the pointers around within the collation buffers, it was able to pass the collation buffers to other functions in such a way that they could manipulate the pointer, the stuff within it. I think that's what's going on there. Because they were passing collation buffers to HTML to buffers, passing it by address. Actually, well, hold on. Yeah, HTML to buffers. So HTML to buffers needed to manipulate the buffers. That needed to write into the buffers so that refresh index could then use the information from those buffers. And then later on, buffers to HTML needs to take him. And this person doesn't need to manipulate the collation buffers. It only needs to read out of them, and after it's done with them, they can just go back to the same state that they were in. Every time you pass a substantial structure or function, you always pass by a pointer. Always pass by pointer, even if you don't need to manipulate them, I guess. So I think that was my downfall there. I was sort of trying to. I guess I was just trying to be a bit too cute with it, really. Just letting refresh index take it directly. Then you feel weird with something like deleting the first node in a linked list. You have to pass a pointer to a point so I can change where the head pointing is pointing to. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, yeah, I suppose I could technically make one problem thing down. Indeed. Like, I suppose I could. Where was it actually? It was. Yeah, I suppose I could make buffers to HTML take a pointer to them. Oh, mind you, then I have to change everything once I. Nah, let's leave it as is. So the next thing. Well, actually, let me just remove that printf. Yeah, remove that person. Just double check again. Yes, that's back to normal. And let's take this. Yeah, so the next thing is to make all our new functions return sane codes. Which is basically it's this sort of thing here. And whenever I see this, really, to do my error code, it's basically replacing all of these with actual stuff. And then making the calling sites act accordingly, I guess. HTML3. Oh, interesting, in the return one here. Yeah, so even in this function, there's something going on. First, should I implement a logging to file system for error codes? I suppose I could, couldn't I? I mean, I already have a function that's log usage. So I guess I could make a log error. I guess that would be sane. Shouldn't this be able to return? Oh, it can return 1, yeah. So should be simply loading files, append to it if it's a critical error. Close the program. Yeah. Yeah. Log, well, log usage, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so I suppose I could do that, couldn't I? Log error. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, let's do it this way. Let's log to a file. And handle the actual errors. Yeah, I'll do that in just a minute. It's been going for I've been going for like 2 hours. That took me 2 hours, did it, to just do the Memory Arena stuff? I wonder if I should actually kill the stream here, have something to eat, and then come back to it. I wonder if I should do that. Yeah, I think I will do that actually. I'm getting a little bit hungry. So yeah, I'll kill the stream here, and Silver doesn't know if I can condone killing of such things as a stream, but you can condone eating. Okay. I suppose that kind of calls for an eating on stream, doesn't it? Practicing eating on stream. Nah, I think I'll close it here. Close it here. Go and eat something. And I mean, maybe I'll just like come back tomorrow with the rest of it. I'll see. Maybe I'll be back after eating, or maybe I'll be back tomorrow. I mean, it shouldn't be too tough to do, I don't think. Like, I mean, I always say this, don't I? Like, it's like something should be really quick, and then it ends up taking hours. So yeah, I'll see. I'll go and eat. Consider coming back, but it's possible I won't, and we may be back tomorrow. But either way, we'll be back at some point. So thank you very much, heroes and heroines. Thank you very much, heroes and heroines, for being here, for being heroic, for being beautiful and inspiring. Until next time, farewell for now.